What's up, guys? I see you're back at it again watching another episode. On this episode, we're going to be learning how to do a front flip. Whether you want to call it a punch front, or you want to call it a front flip, or you want to call it a front flippy thing, that's what we're going to be working on today. So put on your shorts and your happy face, and let's get everything set up before we start anything. Let's do this! All right, guys, before we start flipping, let's go ahead and go over what it is that we are doing. As you can see, I wrote them down right here on the board. It's either called a front flip, or a punch front, or a front flipping thingy. It depends on where you grew up. Now, let me go ahead and give you a quick sketch art of this. Okay, kiddos, I just drew us a very good diagram of how we're gonna do these front flippy thingies. This is you. Your name is Jimmy. And Jimmy here is running down this mat. Let me make it look like he's running. Jimmy here is running super fast, like you're gonna be running. Super uber duper fast. He's going to run over to here, which you can see the ground is right here. He's going to be leaning back slightly before he jumps, because that way the energy of him running forward is now going to shoot up. When he hits the ground, he's leaning backwards a little bit, and as you can see, wow, Jimmy is now propelled all the way into the air, grabbing his knees and pulling his knees in towards his chest. He has very skinny legs, okay? And if a skinny leg guy can do it, you can do it. He grabs his knees, pulls them into his chest, rotates over, and when he lands, he is once again leaning backwards, and he is stepping out of it. He's actually stepping 1 foot at a time out of this one, okay? Back onto the ground. So, key things to remember from this diagram. When you start, run fast. When you hit the ground to jump, be leaning backwards with your arms up. When you are rotating, grab your knees and lean forward. Do not let go until you are coming down at the very, very end. Then you can let go and you can walk out of it. You can land with 2 feet, or you can just smile and wave. So let's take it to the floor. Now, given the circumstances that we're not really able to go much of anywhere right now, we're kind of quarantined to our houses or just a little bit of a walk outside. If you have a yard, this will be perfect. I'm going to use only equipment that you can find at your home or that you can find anywhere. And that's how we're gonna learn all of these tricks, is with what you have everywhere you go, and that is the ground, okay? We're gonna be practicing this on the ground. So follow exactly what I do to prevent injury and to stay safe. Let's begin. All right, guys, the first thing we're gonna be doing is forward rolls. We all know how to do these. Our feet are together, our chin is tucked in, our arms are very, very tight by our ears. I want you to squeeze every muscle in your body, lean forward, bend down, make sure that your bum is going to the ground. Lean forward until you feel like you're going to fall forward, and then give it a little bit of a hop. Make sure that when you're coming up from these forward rolls, that you have your arms out in front of you. I don't want anybody to be pushing up off the ground with their hands. For example, I don't want to see your hands back here on the way up. I want them to be in front of you so that I know that you have enough energy to get yourself all the way up without using your hands, because we can't use our hands in this front flip. So step 1, forward rolls. Step 2 for these front flips is we're going to give a little walk and then pause and go into the forward roll. Let me show you an example. Walk, 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 hit the ground together, and forward roll. Let's do it again, a little bit faster. Make sure that when you finish your walk that you land on 2 feet before you roll, okay? Let's go. Walk, 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 2 feet, forward roll. Notice how my hands were in front of me the whole time. I didn't want to touch the ground at the end because I know that when I do my front tuck, I can't touch the ground. Let's do it again, same thing, but let's make it even faster. And it's gonna get real because my hat is now off. Step, step, jump, forward roll. Step, step, forward roll. Make sure that you tuck in the whole time. If you let go early, you're gonna find yourself flopping on the ground. It won't feel good, and it doesn't look pretty. Honestly, it looks really bad. So make sure that you stay tucked in the entire time, the whole time. The next thing we're gonna do, same exact steps we've been doing the whole time, but we're gonna add a dive roll instead of a forward roll. So make sure that when you land with your 2 feet that you jump into the forward roll to make it just a little bit more progressive into the front flip. Step, step. Always make sure you're safe when you're doing these. If you feel like something is making you uncomfortable, pause for a minute. I don't want you to get injured, because if you get injured now, it affects how you're going to perform later. So be sure that you know your limits and that you're very, very careful with what you're doing. Next, I know everyone has some kind of a cushion at their house, whether it's a mattress, whether it's old couch cushions, whether it's a stack of blankets. You can find something, and you can go on to this next part that I'm about to show you. If you can't find any soft materials at your house, go to a friend's house, find a trampoline, or find a sand pit, find a pile of wood chips, go to the park. You can find them anywhere. But for me, I'm going to use something very, very similar to a mattress, and it's this bad boy right here. Like I said, be safe, know your limits. If you feel like something is going to destroy you, don't do it, okay? Just take a step back and keep practicing the skills that we were working on beforehand so that you can progress quicker. And who knows, you'll be even better than you would be if you were to throw it right now. So let's move on to the next step. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to run towards the mat or towards the pillows, towards the blankets, whatever it is. I want you to land on 2 feet right in front. And I want you to remember, like the little diagram that we were looking at earlier, lean backwards a little bit and jump forward and high. Whether you still want to dive roll or whether you want to flip a little bit faster. I just want you to practice jumping and flipping onto the mat. I don't care if you land it right now. I don't care if you land on your back, your feet, wherever. As long as you're throwing and rotating over your head, that is what is important. Let's do it. So we're jumping and we're rotating. So let's speed it up a little bit. When you hit that ground, I want you to jump as high as you can. I want you to throw your arms forward, grab your legs, and rotate. We're gonna start getting serious with this trick, and I want you to start either landing on your bum or on your feet. Make sure that you hold that tuck the whole time. Worst case scenario in this aspect is you land like this. That's not bad. That's still on top of your feet, okay? Just grab your knees and pull them in and hold them the entire time. Should we give it a shot? I'm holding my legs because I'm scared. When I get scared, I hold them, and when I get more scared, I hold them tighter. It makes it so much easier to land on your feet. So if you ever find yourself getting scared, grab your legs and pull them in. Tuck your chin if you want. It takes away the fear, and plus you can see, even though I'm landing really low, I'm still landing it. So, after you've done this at least 10 times, let's go ahead and start jumping for it. Jumping as hard as we can, as high as we can, and throwing it as hard as we can, and let's see if we can't land it standing almost straight up. Guys, after you land it one time, it becomes so easy. Keep throwing it consistently over and over and over. To help you with this trick, make sure you look back at the exercise video that I put out. I'll put out more later on to help us get higher and higher jumps, but for right now, I want you to practice rotating and flipping onto your soft little landing. Remember, old couch cushions, old mattresses, old blankets, old pillows. You can use a sand pit. You can use wood chips at the park. Literally anything, okay? Just make sure that you are being safe and that you are being careful. But you guys are awesome. Keep up the good work and stay tuned until next time.